2 more boxes, 2 books, 2 chances to complete Series 1, or at least add some more nickels to Series 2. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to my channel. As a quick reminder, we have a nickel hunt and album fill series where we're trying to complete an album, and now 2 albums, through just coin roll hunting bank sealed boxes. That being said, if you're new to the channel or have not watched the first 63 episodes, please consider checking out my playlist that's linked both down below in the video description as well as pinned up here to get caught up on where we're at in the books. Now, for those of you caught up, this is going to be episode 64, and we've got boxes 107 and 108 of the first series where we're stuck at 137 out of 138 nickels. All we need is that 50D. This will also be boxes 7 and 8 for the series 2 books, where we're currently sitting at 112 out of 136 nickels slotted. So at worst case, if we don't find that 50D that we've been searching for forever, maybe we can add some goodies to the second book. On top of that, it has been several episodes since I have found a buffalo nickel, and I don't know if they migrated out of our area or what, but I am hoping and praying that I at least can find a buffalo nickel in one of these 2 boxes. And of course, as you know, we'll be looking for silver and key dates and semi-key dates, varieties, you name it, all the goodies we look for during the hunt. Now, I'm not going to give a look at the books in the beginning of this episode. You guys know where we're at. We need a 50D here, and we need a handful of good nickels in this book as well. We're going to get right into it. Typically, I pop the tops of the nickel boxes to make sure I have circulated nickels, but these boxes had the holes in the bottom, and because of that, I saw they were circulated nickels. I will say, though, this tape was not very good, or this glue was not very good, and upon carrying this box, it split the top somehow. So this one's open, but they're sealed and they're circulated. We're going to kick it off with a live opening on box 107 first and see if we have any goodies on the ends, and if not, we'll begin the hunt. Let me go ahead and get that set up. I'll be back in a second, and we'll take a look at the top side. All right, hoping for a fancy schmancy ender right off the bat. That would be nice. Let's go ahead and pop it and take a peek. I don't see any war nickels or buffalo nickel enders, V nickels, things like that, but I do see quite a few of the older design Jefferson Nickels, so maybe that's a good sign of what's to be found in this box. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this hunt started. As a quick reminder, though, if you're interested in any of my coin roll hunting mats, like this nickel mat in front of me, I always have links to where you can get these, both down below in the video description, as well as pinned up here for your convenience. Come on, nickels. Let's close out Series 1. We're on roll number 3. We've already found a pretty nice 1959 Philly. A little bit better date as well, since there's no Denver mint on the back. And I'm bringing in because I'm thinking this is going to be an old one. Figured we'd look at it together. It has that old strike. And it is 1941 Philadelphia. Earliest find, 3 rolls in. Roll number 9, and we have a 1946 nickel here. 1946 San Francisco. We'll take it. 2 from the 40s, 2 from the 50s. Roll number 11. Got another 1940s nickel, and this one's a 1947 Denver. Roll 13. Got a 1946 Philadelphia. Roll 16. A 1947 Jefferson Nickel from Philly. Roll number 22, and we're going to have an old Jefferson here. 1939. The strike is pretty good. Could be a key date. If it's not, we'll check it for the DDR for the 39P. And this one is a 39 Philly. All right, so let's go ahead and scope it, see if we have any doubling. I don't see any doubling on the E's and 5 cents or on Monticello, and it is confirmed. It is a Philadelphia, but it is a second-year Jefferson Nickel in decent shape. Could be a user for one of the albums. Either way, we'll put it up top. Nice find. Let's find some more like it. Same roll, and we've got a 1949 Denver. We'll just quickly check it for that D over S. And other than damage, I don't think I see a D over S. Either way, nice seeing 2 finds in one roll. And now that's 11 finds for the box so far, and we're not even halfway through yet. Well, I may have jinxed us because it's been 20 rolls since my last find in the 40s, or at least pre-50s. But we've got another one finally. And this one's going to be a 1947 San Francisco, I think. And it is 47S, 1 year off a key date. But we'll take it regardless because we needed it. It had been a while. Well, that's going to do it for the first box of this hunt. And you know what? We jinxed ourselves. We had 11 finds after 22 rolls and only 5 more finds after the next 28. So 16 total finds on the board. We did get 8 in the 50s, 7 in the 40s, including a 30s 1939 Philadelphia, but no Buffaloes, no War Nickels, and no 50D, of course. I'm starting to get concerned. It's been a long time since I found Buffalo Nickels. I'm praying that box 2 will give us a Buffalo Nickel. If not, give us some silver. And if not that, anything for the Series 2 books or, of course, the 50D. Now, this box is already open. We didn't have any fancy schmancy enders, as you guys saw. So I'm going to begin the hunt. And as soon as I find something, I'll bring you guys back in for a look. Well, box 2 starting us off hot and early. First roll in, 51 of the hunt. We have a 1940 Philadelphia. Second oldest find. Roll number 60. Yet another 1940. This one, also Philadelphia. Roll number 68. We actually have a darkened 1946 Jefferson Nickel. Not in that bad a shape, but the damage as far as the discoloration is apparent. And it looks like there might be some kind of die break. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a die break right there. I mean, I guess it could be old damage. Hard to say for certain, but that looks like potentially a die break. It's like a little cut right there. But either way, we'll pull it aside. 1946 Philly. We'll add it to the board. And hopefully we start finding some things that we need. Because right now, I don't think we have anything that we need for any of the books. Maybe the 39. Well, roll 75 is going to give us some silver, I believe. That looks like a silver war nickel by the edge. Figure we'll pull it out just in case. And it is 1943 San Francisco. I don't know if we need that one, but we may. 43S, 35% silver. Got something nice on the board. And we've been pulling out a lot of 50s in the last few rolls, so maybe the box is starting to heat up. I'll be back with another find if we have another find. Roll number 76 actually had an ender that I missed because I couldn't see the date, but it does have the ring of death, and it is a 1941 Philadelphia. Same roll, and we have another 1946 Denver. We'll take it. Finds are starting to stack up finally. Roll number 77, and we've got another 1939 nickel, and I'm hoping it has a mint mark, but if not, we'll check for that DDR again. And it is a Philadelphia yet again. But let's just take a quick peek and see if we have a DDR. And I don't see the DDR. And most certainly is going to be a Philadelphia minted 1939 nickel. We'll take it though. That's 2 of those, along with that silver and a myriad of finds. Lots of rolls to go. Roll number 88 out of the 100 roll hunt. And we've got another 40s find. And this one's going to be a 1941 San Francisco. We'll take it. Roll number 94, and we have a really nice 1947 nickel. Take a look at that. That's probably going to be an album upgrader for one of the albums for sure, and I will take that. Let's just take a look and see if it has any steps. It's got a few steps, but doesn't qualify for full steps designation. Either way, a really nice 47, and I'm happy to have found it, and we'll add it to the board, and hopefully we'll get a few more finds before the box runs out. Roll number 96, another 1941, this time from Philly. Well, that's going to conclude it for the second box of this 2-box hunt. 100 rolls have been hunted, and you know what? The second box was actually a really great box. We have a total of 24 finds from the 50s, including a couple of 51s and a 52, no 50D. From the 40s, we had 16, including that one silver war nickel. And from the 30s, we had 2, both 39Ps. That is a total of 42 finds on the board. We had 16 after box 1, 26 additional finds in box 2, which is above what my expectations are for a good box. So definitely a good box, and it had silver. I pulled across 4 pretty nice 60s and later date Jefferson Nickels to check against Series 2 albums. And honestly, even though we didn't get a 50D, we might have a few for the Series 2 books, and possibly that 47 will upgrade Series 1 or Series 2 as well, which is kind of nice. Let me go ahead and compare these finds with the books and bring it back with a recap of any additions, upgrades, and a final look at them as well. Well, we have definitely made progress on the Series 2 books. As a quick note, we did not need anything for the Series 1 book. The 47P was actually not as nice as the one that's already in that already nice album. That being said, we had 7 upgrades and 8 additions in Series 2 books. First upgrade was this 91D in great shape. We upgraded the 88D as well as the 68S. That was the modern upgrades. I already plugged them in. As far as the older upgrades, we are going to upgrade this 55D. You can see it's got a little better patina to it. We're also going to upgrade this 47S. The one in there is pretty slick, and we have a little more hair detail on this one. We're going to use that 47P, a clear upgrade on the existing one. And we're going to upgrade the 1939 Philadelphia. Even though the one in the book's not that bad and there's a slight bit of rim damage on this one, I still think it looks better, and it might be hard to tell on camera, but definitely going to upgrade that one as well. Now, as far as the additions, we added, like I said, 8. We got the 58P, which is a tough date to get. I'll take that. It's a pretty toasty 56D, but it adds to the album. We got all 3 53s, and I said that box was hot on 50s, and we got the 53P, D, and S, and they're not that bad a condition, so it's good to have them. We added the 49D in decent shape. We added the 47D, not the greatest. And we did need that 43S War Nickel, which, man, now we already have 2, 4, 6, 7 of the 11 War Nickels are now in the album, and that makes me happy. Let me go ahead and finish the upgrades, plug in the additions, and I'll be back with a final look and some final thoughts on today's hunt. Well, we've plugged in the additions and the upgrades, and as I mentioned, Series 1 now after 108 boxes is stuck at 137 out of the 138 nickels found. Just need that elusive 50D. For Series 2 now, through only 8 boxes, we have 120 out of the 136 slots filled. And again, the reason why there's 2 less slots is we only go to 98D in this album and we go to 99D in the other one, mainly because we have these holes here, which I'm going to leave like they are. May as well. Whoever gets this album at the end of this series, maybe they can do something different with it. At the end of the day, though, holy cow, Series 2 is catching up in a big hurry, especially after those 2 boxes. And even though we only got 1 War Nickel, and again, no Buffalo Nickels, 8 additions, 7 upgrades is quite the haul for a 2-box hunt, especially when I didn't expect to get that many to begin with, and we did. On top of that, I will say I'm very proud of the number of War Nickels we've already got in this album, because the ones that are left are a little bit easier to find. I should say that one. This book actually has the 42 non-silver, then the 42 silver, then the 42D non-silver, then the silvers. Don't really like that it does that, but it confuses me sometimes. But either way, most of the tough War Nickels are found. We just need the semi-key and key dates and a few other findable nickels to complete this book, or at least get it caught up to this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 2-box hunt. I know I did. If you did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. We had to use that 43 War Nickel for the album, so we'll go ahead and put a stand in for the 2021 silver jar.